Hello, beautiful souls. Linda Joy Benn for another episode of Soulful Ascension. How are you going? The energy is potent. Tomorrow we have the full moon, and it's full moon lunar eclipse. So we're going to talk about the eclipse season, what that means for you. We also are in Mercury retrograde. This talk about the Pisces energy and Virgo energy and how everything right now is actually supporting you. So I'll give some tips on how you can actually ride this massive energy wave right now. I know that there's many people out there who are really struggling. There's a lot of fear, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of unknown, and especially with everything coming to the surface, it's really shaking up everything on the earth. What's going on in the Middle East and the exposure with the files and the corruption, and yeah, there's a lot of horrific stuff that's coming to the surface. And if you are not grounded, this is where it can really shake you up. But this is what is going on right now. This is why last week in my episode, I said, pull back your energy, be gentle with yourself, and have quiet time. I sent out my Mojoy Muse magazine yesterday, and I included a lot of different tips in that. So if you would like a copy of that, please subscribe to the newsletter on my website. It's sent out once a month, and I can actually manually forward it to you, but then each month you'll get the updates of the Mojoy News, okay? Because it's value packed. So let's talk about the energies. So, deep breath. And that's what we need to do right now is lots of deep breathing. Ah, and and really come back into our bodies. I teach a lot of embodiment practices in all my courses and meditations, which you can find on my website, lindabenn.com. Though during this time, it is huge upheavals. It is big personal changes, a lot of shakeups, breakups. I mean, dismantling, crumbling, collapsing. And we are seeing this in the external world, which is creating a lot of fear for people. But also internally, this is what's being shaken up. And because there's a lot of planets in Pisces, Pisces energy is about going within. It's about slowing down. It's about pulling back your energy. It's sitting in meditation, sitting in silence, sitting in just that quiet stillness, connecting with nature wherever you live. You just connect with nature, the trees, animals, anything that helps you to just pull back your energy. And this is also looking at those old programs, and we keep talking about this big purging, right? We've just come out of the shedding of the snake. But during the next few weeks, during Pisces, that we're in this Mercury retrograde, it's all about slowing down, but really looking at how's your emotional state right now? What's coming up for you? Are you experiencing a lot of overwhelm or anxiety? And because what we're looking at right now is those deep inner wounds, and that's what's coming up to be healed. And so if you're feeling the anxiousness and feeling the hypervigilance, this is all related to those deep inner wounds of trying to be perfect, trying to, you know, um, receive love. This is all the old patterns of the overgiving, the people pleasing, the perfectionism, the OCD, in order to be loved and feel good enough and feel like you're accepted and belong in whatever your family dynamic that you grew up in. And what we're doing is we're dismantling the old beliefs that we grew up with. This is breaking away from the old family dynamics that created our reality in the past. This is our values, our ethics, our morals. So keep the good, but anything that is not in alignment with your true self, your true essence of who you are, and look at your behaviors, look at your reactions, look at your triggers, look at where you're projecting onto other people. And this is the judgment and the criticism, because it all comes back to what wounds are you still holding. So this is what's coming up for you to heal right now. And if you're holding on with control, and you'll keep that cycle looping in this lifetime and many other lifetimes to come. So this is the control. So this is why I say with every full moon, it's about releasing and letting go and burning away. Okay. But if you're holding on and gripping, like I've got a crystal here, right? If you're holding on, it takes a lot of energy. So it's going to cause exhaustion and burnout, but also your nervous system. It's going to cause sleepless nights and then lead into other illness and disease and health issues. So look at what you're still holding on to from your past, from your childhood. Maybe you're holding on to a job out of fear of letting go, because your mind is going, no, I want this in order to get the promotion or to get the pay rise or to feel good enough or to be acknowledged or validated, and holding on to that identity, but it's actually not for your highest good and destiny. And all it's doing is creating a lot of anxiety and overwhelm. And if you know anything about the myths, astrological myths, there's a myth about Sedna where she's holding on, gripping on the side of the boat. And the father, because there's father won't let her into the boat, and so he chops her fingers off. So she goes down to the ocean, and then she turns that into all these beautiful sea creatures and whales and dolphins and beautiful things. So this is where, when you let go and surrender and let go of the control, well, then you open up to the infinite opportunities, the infinite doors and miracles that the universe has planned for you. And it's like, wow, how miraculous and beautiful. And I'm so grateful and blessed, because if I held on to example I was using with the job, well, then you could be just keeping that misery cycling, because maybe the job is just causing you so much stress and burnout that it's not worth it. But because of the old programs from your childhood and holding on to those old identities and the title around the job, maybe that's causing you more stress in your life and sleepless nights and anxiety and lack of clarity and feeling stuck. Because when you let go and surrender, well, then you open up to what the universe has got planned for you. And for some people, that's a really hard pill to swallow. You know, it's like, what do you mean? Just let go of my job. But just trust, because when you're in alignment with your higher self, with the divine, and just surrender, and it's like, please show me, please teach me, please guide me, and I surrender and let go and get out of the way and allow the universe to guide the ship. And maybe there's old patterns and programs in your mind that is keeping you limited, keeping you stuck. This is what that we are really feeling right now, because this is the deep inner work for the next few months that we have right up until the equinox of March the 20th or 21st, wherever you are. And because the equinox is where we move into Aries, and then there's 5 planets in Aries. So this is where we really get on our fire horse and run, and it's going to be fast. But the next few weeks, I really encourage you to really pull back your energy. Self-care for the soul, which is my Benn method, advanced self-care for the soul. Be gentle with yourself. But also March, every month I have different themes, and the theme for March is forgiveness. And forgiveness is all about self-forgiveness first, and then forgiving those around you, but looking at the learnings from those opportunities that they gifted to you, because everything is a learning for you. And everyone you've invited into your movie of your life is an opportunity for you to learn. And these are the deep inner patterns and paradigms that we're breaking out of. This is the structures that are dismantling right now. It is the tower that is falling, and this is the destruction. This is the just the crumbling and dissolving. And when we see what's going on in the world, it's like, well, it's out of our control, and you just have to go with it. And especially the people that are stuck in the Middle East right now, all they can do is just wait. And so this is a time of massive changes for every single individual, and the inner work that you do during this time will absolutely change your life forever. And it takes discipline. So this is where, see, any eclipse amplifies the energy. Now, eclipses last for 6 months. So the energies are already potent. Then we've got the eclipse, then we've got Mercury retrograde, and all these planets and alignments that we're experiencing. Yesterday on February the 28th, there was a whole lineup of different planets all in a row, 6 planets, if you're following what the planets are doing. But this full moon is really amplifying and illuminating and shining a light on the deep inner work that and the shadows that need to be cleared and burn away. And so every full moon we always do a burning, and burn under the full moon. Whereas when you've got an eclipse, it amplifies and really just accelerates all of that. So I encourage you to really spend some time to pull back and look at those inner wounds. Maybe it's mother wounds. Maybe it's the, perfectionist, the overgiving, the people pleasing, any of these, wounds that from your childhood that have shaped you into the behaviors and the beliefs that you are still carrying today. And so this takes some time to really journal. And I invite you to the forgiveness course that I'm doing this month. It's on the 14th, 15th, depending on where you are. But I actually take you through the course in a live workshop online. So if you're interested in that, grab your spot now because it is filling up. And on the 11th or 10th of March, I'm doing a free master class that's 90 minutes where you're online and see if it's a good fit for you. See if the timing is right for you. Okay, because this is perfect timing for massive changes, personal changes. Also in Pisces and Virgo, it's looking at your lifestyle. So it could be lifestyle changes, looking at your diet, maybe looking at your exercise routine. We're seeing a lot of ads for Tai Chi walking is the better for your body than the high intensity workouts. And so this is about modifying which workouts are you doing? Maybe doing more gentle yoga, Pilates, more gentle workouts are better on your nervous system and also on your body, because the high intensity cardio workouts actually cause a lot of cortisol and put stress on your body. And right now, with all the energies in the external world, maybe your body needs more gentle workouts. So consider that as one of your changes. Then look at your diet. Maybe look at what are you eating and drinking. Maybe look at, right, I'm going to give up alcohol or sugar or dairy or caffeine or processed food or takeaway food or whatever substance that you're actually putting in your body. And on a deeper level, it's like, oh, I know it's not good for me, but this is just what I do because it's part of an addiction or an unhealthy habit. Now's the opportunity to refine your daily habits and really look at how much sleep are you getting? What is your daily routine? How much self-care do you have? How long are you meditating? Who are you surrounding yourself with? What are you putting into your body? What choices are you making in regards to the food that you eat? I know for myself, I'm super fussy and very particular what I eat. And I don't eat takeaway food because I am very particular and because I muscle test everything. And I do not eat low vibration food. So this is where I always make my own food and prepare my own meals. And so maybe looking at some lifestyle changes for you instead of just eating takeaway food because of the convenience or living on 10 coffees a day or those energy drinks and things like that. So because our nervous systems are already like with the energies, adding more caffeine or all these other stimulants is just overloading your system right now. And right now is the time to really self-regulate your nervous system and start nurturing your body, your mind, and do a detox, do a cleanse, do maybe it's a liver cleanse. There's a lot of different programs out there that you can follow, or just do a juice fast, whatever works for you, and then heal every system and organ in your body, especially if you're currently experiencing any health issues. And because any health issues have a root cause to them. So this is the mind-body connection that I have studied for 35 years, and I've healed myself of cancer naturally and an autoimmune disease. So if you want support on that, just book a time with me on my website. Again, lindabenn.com, and also look at the other courses that resonate with you under events and see what's coming up. But for March, it's forgiveness. So there's always something for us to forgive, and this is a perfect month to actually forgive yourself. We're all on this journey together. Okay, deep breath. And I really encourage you to do lots of deep breathing. And I go much deeper in all my courses and the Benn method, and teach different breath work and healing and energy healing. Actually, that's another workshop that's coming up, is the energy healing on the 21st of March, that's Brisbane, Australia time, or on the 20th in the US. Check the time from wherever you are. But I'll be teaching and taking you through energy healing tools that you can use on a daily basis. And this will help you to really come back and drop in. It's about embodiment of these tools. And when you practice them, you will be centered and grounded, and it doesn't matter what storms that are going on around you. You could be in the eye of the storm and nothing bothers you. Everything just slides off like Teflon, and it's like, okay, this is happening. And there's a lot happening externally in the world right now. Everything, Mother Earth is shaking up, and there's a lot of people that are really shaken and in a lot of fear and uncertainty right now. But if you do these practices on a daily basis and practice them continually, you will stay grounded and centered and strong for everyone else around you. So you be the beacon of light that others can come to for support. And it's about being of service to others. And for those that require extra support, if you are a healer, practitioner, therapist, open up more appointments for clients to actually book in right now. And I know I've opened up many spots on my calendar, so grab a spot if you would like assistance, and choose what resonates with you, or send me a direct message. So with the detox of the physical body, we're also cleansing and clearing out the clutter around us in our environment. So if you are in a declutter, spring clean, throwing out stuff, giving away stuff, selling stuff, that's also the energy. I know I'm doing a huge, big clean out. I just created 2 big bags of clothes. I've already given away 5 bags plus bag of shoes. I mean, and I'm still cleaning out and throwing away. And so look at anything around you that's collecting dust or that you're no longer using, give it away. And it just feels so good when you can give it away. And if you receive some energy exchange in place of it, well, that's beautiful, because that's the energy reciprocation. You're giving out and you're also receiving. So if you've got valuable items, absolutely open yourself up to receive that abundance, because it is an energy exchange. Okay, so the full moon tomorrow in Virgo, I really encourage you to do your burning and write down what's coming up for you and spend some time on this, because with all this eclipse energy, you may have noticed different situations and circumstances coming up in your life where it's like, whoa, this person all of a sudden came back into my life. What's that about? And especially if you haven't spoken to them for a while, and it's like, okay, what is something triggered by that? Are they for your highest good and destiny? And what's their true intention? So look at all these little synchronicities that are occurring in your life and feel into it, and just keep trusting your inner guidance. Okay, so let me just check my notes. Yeah, this energy brings up a lot from the past. So this is a big clearing out. It's all about endings and completion. So we are ending the old era, the old world, the old version of ourselves, and stepping into the new version and the new upgraded version and the new world that we're creating. So this is why this time that we are experiencing right now is such a potent time of clearing out the old, because it's the death of the old and the rebirth of the new. And it's all about endings and completion. Okay, and let go and surrender. Because this is when you let go, it will break you open to the magic and the miracles. Okay. And then, like I said, when we start Aries season on March the 20th, we are on that fire horse and it is running. So any of the old baggage from the past, let it go, burn it, release it, and surrender. Okay. And then what this does, when you release stuff, it opens you up to more opportunities that bring you joy. Maybe that old baggage was heavy and dense and keeping you stuck, or maybe it's just clutter that is just clutter physically around you, but it's also clutter in your mind, because it's like by holding on or hoarding stuff, it's like, oh, I don't want to go into that room because I have to clean it out. So just start with one drawer at a time, one cupboard at a time, one space at a time. Just start clearing out and throwing out stuff, and you'll feel so much better. Okay. And also look at those old concepts, the old beliefs, the old ways, maybe giving away your power. This is the over giving and the people pleasing and the trying to fit in or trying to feel loved and trying to feel accepted and validated by others. These are the old beliefs that we are also clearing out in our mind. So this is where you need time to actually go through and do your list of what you're clearing out. I'm going to choose some cards and which is a confirmation of everything. And also let me know if you'd like a reading. You can book that on my website as well, lindabenn.com. Oh, those two jumped out. Okay. So, and like I said, listen to your body and clear out the debris. Um, and also when you're listening to your body, what is your body telling you? Maybe, and this goes back to the lifestyle habits, right? What food does your body need? Does your body need more rest and more sleep? Maybe a nap. Maybe go out in the sunshine, and wherever you are, find ways of being out in the light, because being out in the light and the sunshine or the moonlight, what it does is lights up your light codes within you, and actually visualize the moonlight or the sunlight pouring down through the top of your head and cleansing and detoxing, rejuvenating every cell in your body, every organ, every system, so it's functioning at 100%. And this is how you can heal your own body. And this is one of the ways that I actually physically used on my body when I was at rock bottom. So, okay. The cards, we have 10 of emotions. And the message is life is blessing you with wonderful and loving family. Great happiness and emotional fulfillment are now on the horizon. Harmony with those you love is assured, re-offering forgiveness, understanding, and kindness to others. You're rewarded with unconditional love. So this is the forgiveness that I was just speaking about. But when you forgive yourself, then you forgive those around you that may have taught you something. And then surround yourself with like-minded souls. Maybe you're inviting in your new soul family, a new tribe of loved ones around you, and this is all part of the letting go. So inviting in a loving family around you, and forgiving anyway, especially in relationships. I'm thinking if you've been in relationships and it didn't work out, forgive those, because what did you learn from that? Because there's always a blessing, and just know that as a soul, you've invited that soul into your life for a reason. Even the domestic violence, it's like, okay, we agreed on a soul level that you would do these things to me in order for me to stand in my power, stand in my sovereignty, stand in my truth, and love and accept myself, and know that no, this behavior is not acceptable. And that's a beautiful lesson. So you stop that cycle. But if you don't forgive somebody, you keep repeating the cycle over and over, and that karma can go on in many other lifetimes. So now is the time to release it, burn it, let it go, purge it out, and this is a beautiful opportunity. This is what's coming to the surface right now. Okay. And okay, the next card is the Ace of Thoughts. And this cherub has arrived to congratulate you for your brilliant new idea, which is truly inspired. It's important to communicate clearly and thoroughly with others who are involved in the implementation of your idea. Don't be dissuaded by little challenges along the way. These are merely course corrections to your perfect plan. So, this is a perfect manifestation time if you're doing your inner work. Okay, so what we're doing is we're planting the new seeds. We did this on the new moon solar eclipse, planting the new seeds of our future, and just know that it's all in divine order. But this full moon is about, right, is there anything that is stuck that is not for my highest good and destiny, and the highest good and destiny of all? And let's look at that. So when you step into your new future, it is clean. You're communicating cleanly, and it's clear, precise. You are on track, you're articulating specifically what you mean. And so with the Mercury retrograde, this is where, look at your communication, look at how you're speaking to others and also speaking about your goals and your future. And so if you're repeating the old cycle of the old stories, and you're just telling someone, well, this happened to me and this and this and this, what you're doing is you're just feeding the energy of the past stories. Whereas if you can communicate clearly about, this is my intention, this is what I am creating, this is what I'm asking for, and describe it. And that's the energy you're putting out there, and articulate your words and speak about it as if you already have it. See the result already received. And how does that change your life? What's new and different in your life now that you have fulfilled that goal? And so that's a whole nother conversation that I talk about in the new moon goal manifestation course. But this is the time to clean out the old in order for you to create the new. And we will go more deeper in that over time, okay, in either the courses or in another video. So let's choose an angel card. Um, okay. Also, in regards to your future, if you have anxiety around your future, that's a perfect thing to let go right now, because that's just going to keep looping and repeating if you have anxiety. See, anxiety is one of those emotions that come out where it's fear of the future. Now, with what's happening in the world right now, yeah, there is a lot of uncertainty. But if you're following your truth and you're following your guidance from and from source energy, well, then you know that in the long term, everything's going to work out. Everything in the world will actually all be perfect in due course. But what's happening right now, we're going through this huge disruption and dismantling and collapsing of the old, and all the darkness is coming to the surface in order for us to create the new world that we choose to live in. So this is where the light is shining on the darkness for us to create the new world. So everything's in divine order. Everything that's happening right now is all in perfect divine order. I know it's horrific, it's horrible, it's and some people have lost their lives, and love and prayers go out to all the families, though some souls have actually put up their hand and sacrificed their life in order for this time that we're all going through, because we're all connected. We are all one. We're all coming into unity consciousness. And so when you see it from that perspective and look at it from a different outlook, it will help you through these turbulent times, because we're actually going to be feeling this for a couple of years. So that's why I keep saying, be kind and gentle with yourself, and then that ripples out to others. Okay, back to the cards, because we're in the middle of a lot of changes right now, and structures are falling. And okay, that one jumped out. So, joy and contentment. So, like I said, tap into what brings you joy, because that lifts up the energy on the planet. It also helps others through this time. Okay, the message is, if you find yourself feeling sad, drained, or overwhelmed, know that it's all about to change. In order to usher positive energy into your life, your angels are encouraging you to do what makes you feel alive. Whether you are drawn to pursuing a hobby, spending time in nature or with loved ones, or even having a digital detox, you are being guided to make these moves now. Anything that makes you feel positive, blessed, joyful will support you in magnetizing more of these feelings and experiences into your life. Your angels are waiting. Your angels are waiting to shine their light and love on your world. So call on them to bring that love in now. And I love this card. So it's like we are divinely guided. The universe has our back, and the universe is guiding us right now. And I know that there's a lot of horrific stuff that's coming to the surface, but it has to come out in order to clean it. It's like when you're cleaning out, a really gungy, dirty, maybe bathroom that hasn't been used for years. It's like you've got to clean it in order to clean those tiles so they all shine again with, light. I know that's a funny example to use, but you know what I mean. So what we're doing is we're looking at those deep, dark patterns, the shadow parts of ourselves. These are those aspects, those blind spots, and we're shining a light on those in order to heal them. Acknowledge them and heal them. Don't spiritual bypass. You got to feel it in order to heal it. And if you require assistance through this healing process, reach out on my website, lindabenn.com, and go to Holistic Services and book a time for whatever types of healing. I do Reiki, Palua healing, your mana healing, a lot of intuitive tuning in, whatever the modalities I get guided, because it's all coming from the divine. And also if you are looking for a reading as well, or come join me on one of the courses as well, because that's 3 hours online with me and you get the course. So I invite you to the forgiveness course for March, and check that out on my website. I'll also put the link down below. And I'm wishing you a magical week and enjoy this cleaning out, this cleansing, purging, releasing, and letting go, and detoxing, and just you will feel so energized after you've just released and let go of whatever's feeling heavy. So much love to you, and be kind and gentle again, please. This is that I know that the energy on earth right now and what we're seeing out there in the world is shaking up a lot of people. And so I'm not dismissing it. The tools that I'm guiding you to do is to pull back your energy, maybe do a digital detox so you're not feeding into the fear, and just send love and peace to those areas, and just see the end result, that it's all resolved as soon as possible. Okay, much love, everyone. I will see you very soon, and enjoy this full moon tomorrow.